Today we're going to take notes 2, called slope-intercept form. Notes 1, we talked about how to calculate the slope of a line, and today we're going to use the slope of a line to actually graph it. There are 3 forms of a line that we're going to be working on learning for the next 2 weeks. Slope-intercept form, point-slope form, and standard form. Again, today though, we're going to start with slope-intercept form. You might remember this from last year. This is the general formula for a line that's in slope-intercept form. Each of these, this is only letters. I recognize that this might feel not like math class anymore because there's only letters in this equation. The x and the y are going to be in every single equation. The x and the y are standing for the ordered pair. If you remember when we graph a point, it's always x and then y. So the x and the y are just standing for the ordered pairs that are on the line. M stands for something. We should know what M stands for. M is the slope of the line. Notice the M is the coefficient. It's what's being multiplied with the x. So if my equation is written in a different order, that's okay. The slope is not always necessarily the first thing. It's always the number that's being multiplied by the x. B stands for the y-intercept. And what that is it's where the line crosses the y-axis. So it's where the line intersects the y-axis. So this is called slope-intercept form because we are given the slope and the intercept when we have the equation of the line. So this is what an example is. We're going to graph 2 examples. So I have some graph paper here. You're going to have a little bit of a tough time because you don't have graph paper. If you have any grid paper, this would be where you could cut some out and like tape it in your notebook. Otherwise, you're just going to have to do your best with no grid. But here's my grid. And let's together graph y equals 1/2 x plus 3. When I graph a line in slope-intercept form, I always start by writing down what is the slope and what is the y-intercept. I write down the given information from the equation. It just helps me organize my thoughts and I can stay focused when working. So looking at this equation, the slope is 1/2. It's the coefficient of the x. It's a number in front of x. B is 3. The y-intercept is 3. Notice the x and the y are still in the equations. That's what we were expecting. So we're only looking at the numbers that were filled in for the m and the b. The m is the slope, the b is the y-intercept. To graph this, we have 2 steps. First, we're going to graph b. B, again, is the y-intercept. So we're going to graph that. And 3 on the y-axis. This is the y-axis. We're going to go from the origin up 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. That is the y-intercept. This point right here is the y-intercept because it's going to be where the line crosses the y-axis. The second step, and you might remember because we practiced this on the homework due today, or due right around now. After you graph the y-intercept, you're going to, from that point, not from the origin, not from wherever you feel, only from this point specifically, from B, you're going to move what the slope says. Like you're going to do the rise over the run. So for this problem, it says rise 1, run 2. So from this point, I'm going to rise 1 line, I'm going to run 2, and I'm going to put a dot. I can do it again, rise 1, run 2, and then I connect those dots, and I have graphed my first line. Come back for part 2, please, to see how we do one more example.